Oh, yes, I groan every time I get out of the car anymore. Well, I'm back. It's September 2nd. It's about 10:30, and we had visitors for the last 5 days down here, and we've had a couple of problems with the water, so I've come back down to check on it. I wanted to check on the grass. I think the grass can go a little longer without being done, but it looks like the driveway is the best it's looked all year. It's starting to die out. Get the water started here, open up a bathroom. Bathroom's one of the problems is that they were complaining that that faucet doesn't work, which I told them. It's up to 50 pounds. We'll turn the water on. Boy, it looks like they used a lot of wood. Yep, they left the water off. We'll flush the toilet. And then we'll get everything else opened up. Okay, we'll get the lodge opened up. Take a look around. Here's hoping everybody has learned to clean up after themselves. Let there be light. And there was light. I could smell that. Seriously, people? The door has been locked. We never lock these doors. Oh, I'm not even sure where the old keys are. I've got some out in the SUV, the original keys. I'll grab one of those and see if it works. If not, we got problems. Well, I can't find any of the old keys. I don't think they worked on that anyway. Trying to think of where I might have one. I may just have to try to pick it. Morning, Mom and Dad. Had some toys left and chairs. Plenty of dishes left out. This was emptied out. No longer. Let's open up the doors here. I'm trying to remember while I walk where I might have had the old keys. I didn't have any out in the car. I think I threw away the last of the old, so I didn't make a mistake and hand them out. Let's go out and once we get everything opened up, take a look at the yard. Even the side yard here is not too bad. So I'm not gonna worry about mowing. Just do the little jobs that need to be done. They leave a chair out on the dock, but they did bring the ladder up. Overall, it's not too bad. I just wish people wouldn't put so much crap into the refrigerator and leave it. Look at all the butterflies. Water's way down. We haven't had rain for over a week. So not only did it go down to its normal level, now it's starting to evaporate some. Wish I could have brought down some more limestone today and could have lined that. Water's down to the end of the ditch is where we like it. Main thing is, grab this chair while I'm out here. Main thing is, I don't have to mow. So I'm just gonna work on the water problems and then head back in through Linton. I mean, it could be mowed, but it really doesn't need it that badly. Burned a lot of wood, which that's what it's there for. While I'm here, I might as well restack it and get all of this that's in front, put it into just one lane. One row. Go. Stuck into the wood or into the ground. Here we go. It's the same people gonna see that and say, hey, you know, I could consolidate this wood back instead of just looking at it as something for them to use and not take care of. As I said, the grass doesn't look bad. I'm gonna work on that faucet in there, but I was told that the faucet lines were leaking and they had to turn the water off underneath the sink. So let me turn the water back on. I was worried that it was just going back up into here, but it seems to be working okay. Hot water heater's off. Let's get a lantern. Turn it on down in here. I can make sure that we have no leaks. Let's fill up the sink. And we'll see if it's leaking. And the drain pipes. Right now, I don't see anything leaking. I thought it was coming from one of these hoses, I thought maybe it was coming from that hose, from water backing up into the nozzle, because sometimes when they get too aggressive with that nozzle, the O-ring that's in the nozzle will come loose and it shoots water out the back pretty bad. But see, where there was some water down in here, but came from. I also worry that if one of these drain lines back here, these are the drain lines, and they go to the drain. So if the cold or the hot is turned on, it will just leak water like crazy out of there. So I don't see anything leaking. I'm gonna let the water out of this drain real quick. We shall see. I was wondering if somebody hit one of these valves down here and had water coming out the drain. I think I got on a whole cold hot water. I'll put it on cold. I think it makes that much difference, but we can just see if one hose leaks or not. See if we have a big leak, which we don't. Drain pipes are not leaking. So, I think we had either something loose or the wrong valve hit. I'll contact one of the boys that was down here over the weekend, see if they must have corrected it, hopefully. So, I think what I'm going to do is try to pick this door. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I don't need any paper clips or anything else. I can really get after that. So first thing I'm going to do is try to back off the molding a little bit. Get a couple more flat edge. While doing that, I've got a straight shot to get into the mechanism, and with a credit card or something else, I should be able to get it. Oh, see if I got a card in here. Yep, I got an old membership card for Hilton Honors. I haven't used them for a while. Grab a light where I can look down it. still, it's a well hung door, so it is. Still gotta try to work it around. I heard a vehicle, but it's just the workman Larry, who's doing some work for my sister and niece next door, and he just arrived. I do not know that I'm going to be able to get this in there. There's just not much of a gap. Not much room for it to work it in. I may have enough room now. There we go. Up on this other door. This card may not be thin enough, but what I'm worried about is that I was worried that the device doesn't, the deadbolt doesn't fall back when the door is locked, but it does. I'm just having a hard time getting to it. See if I can find something that's a little more flexible. How about a Monroe County Library? Oh, wait a minute. Emerald Club. That thing is really flexible, feels like. Oh, what a pain. Well, take a short break here. Okay, I'm having such a hard time getting hold of this. I'm going to try using a pair of pliers to grab hold of the end here. Try a fine bladed screwdriver. Get a fat screwdriver in there. Get me another fat screwdriver, see if I can get it in there. Yeah, that bolt's not moving at all. You gotta weigh wedged in there so hard with these screwdrivers. Well, I'm going to try to tear through the utility room, see if I find any old keys. Well, while I contemplate the door, I want to sand down these 3 logs here. I tried to do emergency repair 2 years ago on some of the checks, and you can see I really didn't know how to do it, and I overspread the caulking and sealed too much. Got them coming back this year, and hopefully restaining and new caulking on them. So before he does, I want to sand this mess down and possibly restain it a little bit before he comes and does all of his work. Okay, I've sanded it down. I'm going to, I got the hose out here, I'm going to wash it off. And then with this sunshine, it should dry fairly quickly. And then I'm going to restain it, see how it looks. I took the hose back and washed off the side of the bathrooms, and you can see how much drying that is already done. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to come out here and stain, and probably send a text off to Kirk and ask him when, make sure that he is still coming. Okay, I got the bathroom door open. I finally took the trim piece off, wedged the screwdriver in here sideways, and then used a good old AARP to finally wedge it open. It was a pain, and I've marked up the door, but it's done. I'm going to have to change out these doorknobs to what you have in a house. Okay, now I got the stain out. It's dried, and I'm going to try staining a little bit, see how it looks. let that dry a few minutes to where it's actually dry. And then I'll put a second coat on it. Now for a second coat. That's that. We'll see what it looks like when it dries completely. Okay, here it is. It's 3:11, and I am ready to get out of here. I'm going to do a little flyby. I've locked the doors inside. The fans were never on. That door's locked. That door's locked. This door's not locked. This door is not locked. Lock that door. The water heater's off. There is no leaking underneath the kitchen sink. Let there be no light. No light. All I gotta do is pull the door shut. And the door's locked. We got the SUV started to cool it off. It's in the 80s. I used a few things out of the plastic shed. I've closed it up. Put the chair away that was on the pier. I showed you the water is down at the end of the ditch now and well below the limestone. This is the front after I sanded it and stained. You can see how it's peeling. That's why we need to get Kirk here and get this straightened out. The grass does not need mowing yet. I think the heat and the number of people that have been here slowed it up. I wound the hose back up, which I didn't show you. I came out here and sprayed that green spot, which I didn't show you. The pump has run, and it's right at 45 pounds. Pull the door shut. Let's lock it back here. There you go. And that's it. I'm out of here. I got the faucet in the south bathroom working. I soaked it in some some lime, LRC, LCR, forget what it is, and water, and then put in new O-rings, put it back, and it runs for about 20 seconds and shuts off. It's a beautiful day. It's just sort of aggravating little jobs, especially that door. It took me 2 hours to get that door unlocked. So until the next time, I'm out of here. Take care of yourself. Stay safe.